Hey YouTube world, I am back with another video. Today we're gonna go over the last portion of my Paris adventures. It's been like 2 months since I got back from Paris. Life has just been crazy. However, I am really excited to show you the new bag that I got from Leo et Violette. I was able to visit their flagship store and just touch and feel all of their different models, which is awesome. So I'm gonna show you a lot of mod shots, but let's just get right into it. This is not my first time talking about Leo et Violette. For those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I love. The first bag that I picked up from this brand is going to be the Leggiani Baguette bag. I did pick this up from Vestiaire Collective, I believe, and I've had this bag for over a year. Use this to death and the wear and tear has been fantastic. So this is a great option. I have nothing, well, there's things to nitpick, but this is not going to be the star of the show, but it is going to be your flat bag, and it does come with a back pocket. I mostly use this as a shoulder bag, but it does come with a longer strap so that you can actually crossbody it. I don't even know where the strap is. I'm gonna have to find it. But my favorite part about this particular bag is going to be this twist lock enclosure where it actually rotates all around. And the interior is going to be pretty flexible where you can put a lot of things. I won't go into too much detail on this particular bag because I do have a video planned of all of my French indie brands coming up. So definitely hit that subscribe button and the like button for me. So, and of course, the notification bell so that you don't miss out on that video because there's a lot of them. The amount of bags that I've added to my collection, like indie brands, is it's a lot. Let me just tell you a little bit about the brand as I take you through the actual shop when I was in Paris. This French indie brand was started in 2013 by husband and wife via Kickstarter, which is kind of crazy because I don't think I've ever heard of a handbag brand, at least that has been really successful, that was started by Kickstarter. Their philosophy is going to be direct to consumer, so there is not going to be any markup. And the prices are pretty reasonable, which we'll get into in a moment here. So you're not gonna see them at department stores, whether it's in France or in the United States. They're gonna be solely sold on their website. Their bags are going to be made in Milan and Naples, Italy. Majority of the bag itself is going to be handmade by artisans, 1 or 2 workshops, like family workshops, that started his business in the 1980s. Their leathers are going to be sourced from tanneries from Spain, France, and Italy. Now, they say that they're a small shop, they're indie brands, like I've talked about this before. Indie brands are only able to produce X amount of batches or products at a given time. So orders can take 2 to 3 weeks for you to receive because of the smaller batch production. So just be aware of that. It can take a little while. They do offer a 1-year warranty on all of their products, and they do have an entire webpage dedicated to the care instructions of each type of leather that they produce, which is fantastic because that is really educational. They have a 1-month return policy. It's free in France, and then there is a small shipping fee for the rest of Europe and or the United States. It was really cool to be able to visit the shop. It was nice, bright, clean aesthetics. I love going into a standalone store, their flagship stores, where I took my time going through each of the pieces, testing the pieces out. It is not overwhelmed with people when you usually go to department stores. It's just a little overwhelming. I've said this before, and it's just a really nice experience to test out every single piece, play around with the hardware, trying it on. So I hope you enjoyed that particular segment and looking at all of the mod shots. And again, for reference, I am 5'8", US size medium or large, so that you can see kind of the size proportion of the bag to my particular body type. Before I show you my new pickup from Leo et Violette, do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Love for you to join this community where we focus and discover a lot of indie brands together. And it's just so much fun to find these unique brands that are not owned by a big luxury conglomerate like LVMH. Caring Group, we all know and love those particular brands, but something to be said when you go and find some mom and pop shop that it just has fantastic options for us handbag lovers. So I did make the purchase while I was in their flagship store. However, they were still 1 week out from their actual release, so they were able to ship it for me to my home here in the US for free, which is great. And I also got my VAT refund, even though I didn't walk away with the product. I was a little confused about that because I thought you had to have the product with you, but the custom officer at the Paris airport didn't even check that, right? You just scan it and then you just walk in to check in. So it was great. It worked out because that was one less item for me to try to bring home. It showed up in a really nice box via DHL, and it came in this nice dust bag. They also included this really cute tote that says Leo et Violette in Paris. So this one is going to be very Parisian, I feel like, with this canvas and this beige tote that I can use for shopping if I go to a farmer's market. So it was a nice touch for them to add this little canvas bag on top of. So the bag that I chose is going to be the Le Duo Shopper Tote. I saw this bag in store. I was trying it on and I just fell in love with it. I am not so much a tote person bag, but I thought this was such a unique looking one, and I'm going to show you the details on it and why I was like, yes, I want to buy it now. Also, I'm living my best suede bag life. I never thought I would be a suede bag person, but after figuring out how to take care of suede items and how easy it is, or it can be, I am not afraid to purchase, suede totes to use on a daily basis. Just to give you a spin around of the entire bag. Did I do that slowly enough? It does come with one thick strap. The top is going to be suede, and then on the bottom is going to be smooth leather, which I thought was really smart because when it rests on your shoulder, you don't want the suede portion to rub on your shoulder and then it might get a little matte. So they did think of all of the details. The suede or the smooth option on the bottom is just really smart. The strap is going to be detachable from this ring right here, but I don't know what you would switch it out with. I'm not sure. I personally am not one that actually likes to switch straps out, put more straps. I like to use the bag as it comes, if that makes any sense. The bottom of the bag doesn't have any feet, which I wish it did, especially when it comes to suede, just to protect the bottom of it. And to open the bag, you just do a twist and then you pull open. The interior is going to be 2 main compartments, and then you also have a smaller compartment in the middle. It does come with a little tag right there, and the interior on the top portion is still going to be suede. However, the interior itself, where the beige portion is going to be microfiber suede. I'm looking at the stitching. It looks very seamless, very beautiful. The glazing on the bag itself is done immaculately. There are absolutely no logos throughout the bag itself. The only logo where you'll see the Leo et Violette is going to be on the hardware right there. If it doesn't show up on the camera, I'll make sure to insert screenshots. And just to show you the interior pocket right there, the one that separates the 2 different compartments, does have a built-in magnet. And I've always said, the devil is in all the details, right? So it just keeps your items a little bit more secure as opposed to having this interior pocket kind of be flapping open. So I really appreciate that. And the coolest feature about this bag, or any dual bag, is that you kind of just cinch it in together like this, and then how you lock it up, because right now it is considered open, but look at how cool this is. You push on it and it locks. Isn't that cool? I was playing with that function for like 15 minutes while I was at the store, and my friend was just like super fed up with me. She's like, can we go? But I was just like, oh my God, look at this. Isn't that cool? And I just kept twisting it and then pushing it so that it locks up and puts itself in place here. See, this is such innovative features that you don't see with big luxury brands, right? So I thought that was super cool. Okay, just to show you what fits in here, obviously this is going to be a bigger tote, so most of what you want to carry is going to fit, but it does fit a 13-inch laptop, just in the front or on the back. You just might have to be careful. Maybe you want to put it in the front compartment because you do have this metal portion right there where it might scrape your laptop. So just be aware of that. I also have my Foyer Lepage little pouch. So if you want to leave this in your car and you're just running a quick errand and you want to bring your wristlet, you can just definitely do that. And then I've got my Goyard card holder, some sunscreen. I also have my new little Valentino pouch where it's kind of a catch-all. You've got your phone and then a portable charger. I also have my beads. So this is obviously a big enough bag for you to have multiple pouches, multiple kind of organizers. And I love this one because I've used this once or twice just because I have so many bags to get through. Can't be using this one every single day, but because it is one leather strap, the weight distribution is actually pretty fantastic. So you won't feel like it's super heavy, unlike the thinner straps that might dig into your shoulders. So I thought this is a great design, and it's long enough so when you're wearing your winter coat, it actually fits very nicely over your shoulders. But the dimensions are going to be included on their website, so definitely look at the strap drop and the size of the bag so that you can see if it works for your lifestyle. Everything I'm talking about will be linked down below, so go check that out. And I will also link other videos that I've talked a little bit more details in regards to this Gianni bag. So I hope you really enjoyed that little tour of their flagship store and got some eye candy to look at if you're considering this particular bag as an everyday bag. It does come in other leather, smooth skin, grain skin. I decided to go with the suede just because I love suede and I think it is such a beautiful bag. Let's talk a little bit about the price point real quick, because as a French indie brand, which has gained so much popularity in the past couple years, a lot of the more established brands like Polen and Floron, they have jacked up their prices. And I was just like, it's a little bit of a turnoff, right? The whole reason why we love indie brands is that their price points are usually around the $500 mark and or under. Some of them have just shot up over the years. So it's hard to kind of find brands that are still unique, still quality, that are under the $500 mark. So this one is going to be under $500 and it's about $420 to 20-ish at the time of filming this video. And their website will fluctuate in terms of the pricing just because they are going to charge you, I believe, in euros. So depending on the currency that day, that number might fluctuate. This one is about $515, again, depending on the currency that day, but it's still at a reasonable price in my opinion. And every other bag, majority of them are like $300 or $400. So I think if you're looking for a French indie brand that is not getting upwards of $1,000, this is a fantastic option. So I hope you had fun coming with me, virtually to their flagship store and checking it out. If you ever, visit Paris one day, definitely go take a look at it. It's always a different experience when you show up in person, especially when it comes to these indie brands where they don't have brick and mortar stores that is accessible to you, especially here in the United States and the other countries. And if you are relatively new to my channel, I will link an entire playlist of all of the luxury alternatives focusing on indie brands, not just French indie brands, but a lot of great other brands. Go check it out, do some exploration because there's a lot of fantastic options for you to enjoy. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.